Ladies and gents, coming to you all the way from across the pond in Italy, handmade in Italy. It is the 1987 Pro Hot Rod multi-channel Plexi pedal from the nice folks at Volta. So this is a Marshall in a box style pedal. It's got a couple different channels in it, and you're like, okay, well that sounds like a lot of pedals. So what's different about this one? Well, with this pedal, you can actually store up to 12 presets in it and then recall them. So you could have everything from JTM 45 through to 1959 Super Lead through to 1987 lead spec 50 watt style tones. And there's also a gain boost built in for like super hot modded tones. So anything from warm and bluesy and low gain and fat all the way through to cutting and, searing lead stuff. So if over the course of a gig you need everything from, I don't know, the Rolling Stones to Van Halen to AC/DC to Free or whatever, you can have, 12 different gain levels. And there's another thing you can do with this pedal that's pretty interesting. There's expression pedal capabilities. So you can hook up an expression, then like morph between gain levels. There's two different channels here. And with the expression, you can morph from like channel 1 to channel 2. And so get like, different gain levels and stuff like that all the way across the range of the pedal. I did parts with my old Les Paul and parts with my my PT custom HSS guitar, all the way from like super late 60s 50 watt Plexi sounds through to hot rod, super sustained gain stuff. So as far as controls go, you got a channel 1 switch here, and then you got a channel 2 switch here. So it's pretty easy on the fly to have like a rhythm sound on channel 1, switch over to channel 2 for more gain, and also have this 11 mode, that's this thing right here, kick in, and that's like a super mega gain boost to give you like endless sustain. I suspect a lot of guitar players are going to use it that way, kind of like your rhythm gain over here, super searing lead gain over here for solos. And as far as the controls, you got a drive control or gain here. There's a tone control, so pretty wide-ranging sweep there, so you can use it with all kinds of amps and make it suit your amplifier. And then there's a mids control. I found the mids control sounded really cool for the tones I was going for, boosted way up, like 3/4 of the way to all the way up. And that sounded the most like my actual old Marshall up there. And then you got a volume control over here, level control, to, vary the overall output of the pedal, of course. Then there's a 3-position tight switch here. You can go all the way from kind of fatter JTM 45 style tones through to more cutting, aggressive, percussive tones, really easy with that tight switch. And then a 3-position presence switch, and this fine-tunes the super highs. So if you've got a exceptionally bright amp, or you just want to get more like cutting, think sort of like, Van Halen used to run the presence on 10, those types of tones, you're going to want to run that presence all the way up. You got an input and an output, and there's an input there for the expression pedal. That's pretty much it. So what I want to do now is run through some of the sounds from the song at the beginning of the video, play a little bit more through the pedal so you can hear some of the sounds, hear the range of the tone controls and all that good stuff. I'll solo a couple of those parts from the song also outside the mix. You can hear those. For most of this video, actually for all the video, I'm running the pedal into channel 1 of my PT100 amp over there. And then I'm also going to give you a little comparison with my old Marshall up there. So I want you to hear, how close I can get to the 50 watt 72 JMP I've got here in the room. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, so I just recorded a couple rhythm guitar parts, and one thing that I did was I listened to the pedal against my old Marshall JMP, my 72 50 watt. I wanted to kind of compare it and see how close it is, because that's a 1987. So I'm going to turn off the pedal, and let's go to the Marshall first. It sounds like this. Okay, let's go over to the PT100 with the pedal now. It's not exactly the same sound, but it's like a sound of 2 amps of the same family, I would say. Let's start playing with the controls a little bit on the pedal here. So I'm going to flip the presence switch. You can hear what it does. fine-tailors, whatever, the top end of the pedal. I'm using my my clean channel right now with the bright switch in the off position. Let's turn it on, actually, and you're going to hear the pedal be super bright. I'll dial back the top end with the presence switch and the tone control. Woo, gnarly. So let's put the presence in the darkest position and turn the tone control down to noon from where it was at about 2 o'clock. Okay, that's much more reasonable. I'm going to dial back the tone just a little more. Let's compare that sound now to the real Marshall. There's a very powerful mid pot here on the pedal as well. I'm going to turn that so you can hear what that does. Right, so you can scoop the sound out more. I'm just going to check where the mid is on my amp here. Just dialed the treble back on the amp a hair too. Just want to see if I can match the tones of the amp and the pedal a little closer. That's getting closer, I think. I think the low end is still a little more on the PT100 amp. Like there's a little more bass. That's just kind of the nature of the Fendery clean channel, maybe 100 watts. It's a little beefier amplifier than my 50 watt JMP, but we're closer now. So that's a pretty good match. Let's play with the tight switch now, because this actually changes up the tone quite a bit. Listen to what this does. More aggressive and tighter, as you would expect, in the position with the least bass. And then as I move it down to the bottom, it almost sounds like I'm playing on the neck pickup. You know, if I was using single coils and maybe going for a lower gain sound, let's try that. Let's like bring the gain down a bit and see what that sounds like. You know, you can get just a fatter tone with lower gain or with singles, or if you got lower output or real bright pickups. Let's try the middle position. That's kind of supposed to be the all-rounder. Okay, so I just cut the solo, and for this I'm using kind of maximum gain. I got the drive way up, and I've got the 11 mode kicked in on the pedal. Now the 11 mode you can preset to come on in any one of your presets. You know, you can make it come on when you hit channel 2, you can make it come on when you hit channel 1 if you want, but you know, kind of probably makes the most sense to have channel 1 be the lower gain and channel 2 be the higher gain. So anyways, this is the way channel 1 sounds right now, and then I'm going to go over to channel 2 and you're going to hear it kick in the 11 mode. Thanks for watching my video on the Volta 1987 Pro Hot Rod multi-channel Plexi pedal. Could be the king of the hill as far as Plexi amps in a box. Does so much, you know, the ability to store 12 different sounds and recall them instantly is pretty cool. It's unique, there's nothing out there quite like it. Check it out at the website down there in the video description below. You can click there to take you to more info about the 1987 Hot Rod multi-channel Plexi Plexi from Volta. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell beside the subscribe so you get an alert when I put out videos. Hey, I'm Pete Thorne. I'll see you soon. Take care.